All right, YouTube, what has happened? And we've got the new Nitecore EDC23 in for review, and I am super stoked on this light. I think, I'm just gonna say it right now, this could be the best EDC flashlight on the market. Like, awesome. Just so many boxes checked, the form factor where it needs to be, the output, everything. So let's get into it a little bit. So Nitecore sent this to me for review, which I greatly appreciate them supporting the channel. And I've been wanting them to make this light for so long because they originally came out with the EDC27, right? It was the flat light. It was their first flat light, I believe. Pretty sure on it. And I really liked the form factor of a flat light because it's just a lot flatter in your pocket. It carries like a pocket knife. And instead of like having a round, flashlight like this, that's a similar size and output and everything, it takes up a lot more space in your pocket being round like that. So then Nitecore made this guy, EDC27, and had lots of cool features. Good output, about 3,000 lumens. Had the automatic, buttons on the back to go right into strobe or right into high, right into, to easily momentary on if you wanted to use it as a defensive flashlight. Just really easy user interface. Has the levels here. Mine's on lockout right now, which is one thing I really like about this new one. So really good, right? And then, but I'm like, God, it was just so long, like a big long light. And they came out with 25, which really didn't change much, just made it more affordable. It was less expensive, same output. It doesn't have the LED display, it just has like the lights here, and that was good. A little bit lighter, but again, really didn't solve the issue. So then I went looking elsewhere for lights that were similar. And the Olight arc field is an honorable mention. Doesn't have a rear tail switch, which was a huge thing for me. So I found the Rivon lights. Now this is the E8. It's really small, more of a keychain light. Can be used as an EDC, but just a little bit too small. Then they came out with the E30, which is an awesome light as well. Very similar form factor to the Nitecore's. Has the buttons on top. No display. You can get the Pro with a display. A little bit less output, about 2,600 lumens on this guy. And it is smaller than the 27, right? It's right there. But this gives you a perspective of how small the 23 really is. Put these all side by side, and you can see how small it is. Now, it's obviously not as small as the E8, but you get only 700 lumens. It's more of a keychain light, right? Like I said, use it as an EDC, works okay. But I wanted, my EDC light to kind of have two roles, both EDC and a self-defense, tactical cell light as well. So the Nitecore EDC23, it does everything. Like I could really don't need these anymore. Don't need this. Like this one could do it all. Comes in at, it's for 2,500 lumens on turbo. Then you've got different modes as well as we go through. Now, the UI operation is super simple. If you want to go into, this is going to be low mode, you can just half press this bigger button on top, and that goes into your low, which is 15, which is great for most things you're going to do, right? Then if you push this flatter button, it's going to go straight into turbo, which is 2,500 lumens. If you also press it longer, it's going to go to strobe warning. So strobe warning is a little later, but really simple, easy to use interface. Now, if I want to go into 15 lumens and leave it there, I could click it, full press, and it's just on. And then I can toggle with that same button through the different modes. So you've got a low of 65. So you have the ultra low of 15, low of 65, medium of 200, and high of 1,100 lumens. There's your 1,100 lumens there. Then it goes back down to your 15. So really easy to use interface. So if I want to have this on, I can just full blast, pull this out of my pocket, and use it to light up a big area. To, maybe I'm concerned about perpetrator or something, or someone come towards me, I can blast them with 2,500 lumens, easy, right? Just by hitting that button. What else they've improved on big time here is, besides it being way smaller, is this lockout feature here. It's a physical slide lock, which I absolutely love. So much easier than the other locking system where you had to long press. Let's grab one of the other guys here. Let's get the 25. You had to long press. Okay, this is in lockout mode. No, that's not a lockout mode. This guy is 27. You notice the lock's on, you have to like press then hold it down for so long, and see it's like not very intuitive. I've got it in the half lockout mode where it'll still go into turbo, which I really like. But how to unlock this is just like, you know, you have to sit there and mess with the buttons, get that down. This is a simple slide. Boom, locked, unlocked, just like that. Also has the half lockout mode, so you notice here, it's on, put it in full lockout, nothing happens. If I turn it back on and turn the light on, and then lock it, it will then still allow me to go into momentary mode on the turbo. That's it, but nothing else will activate. Really, really great feature. So it's not going to turn on in your pocket. This button sits really flush, so you don't have to worry about that. But if I need it in a pinch and I don't want to worry about the lock, I can still use it. But the lock is so easy, just slide down with your thumb, you got full access to your flashlight. So they listened to a lot of reviewers, I think, on these lights, and they've made insanely good changes. The first one being the form factor being so small. The second one being the lockout functionality. Those are awesome. Okay, the next thing that they did, which is cool, look at this pocket clip, and you're like, what? That's a Benchmade pocket clip. Yeah, that's what's awesome, is it takes knife pocket clips. The Benchmade deep carry clips, or any really Benchmade clip would work. It has the same hole pattern. I said, now this is the one that comes on the knife, or excuse me, see, call it a knife. The light, and you can see it's pretty big, takes up the entire body, really unnecessary. I was like, I think, and I saw somewhere online that someone was using like an MXG clip or something. So I was like, I gotta try one of my, I had just tons of Benchmade clips laying around. Boom, works great. Now I have a deep carry option, even better. So, like I'm saying, I cannot find, the only thing I would say that people are going to nitpick on is it doesn't have a replaceable battery. It is that's the only way. This is what Rivon did, which is cool, is you can actually utilize on the Rivons. You can open this, if I remember how to do it. Yeah, slides, and you can use 2 AAA batteries. They have a longer battery, so it's got like a backup battery source essentially if your light goes dead. So not a dead flashlight once that battery wears out, which is what people are going to say. So that is the only thing they could possibly do, I think, is add that functionality, which Rivon has done. But I don't think that's a huge deal for me. I don't mind having it USBC rechargeable and charge it back up. It should last you many, many charges. So I think that's kind of just one of those points that some people are going to say. Now, it's utilizing, again, 2500 lumens. It's using their UHI emitter. Which one is it called? It probably says here on the package somewhere. I don't remember off the top of my head. It's UHA 25 LEDs. So 2 of those in here, the UHA 25, so the Nitecore proprietary. You can see that reflector there. It has up to 300 yards of throw, which is pretty freaking good. Like, that's putting out some decent candela on such a little light as well, which is huge. I don't know the exact candela rating. Let me see if Nitecore has it. While I'm doing that, let's go into the beam shot. There's 15 lumens. 65 lumens. 200 lumens. 1100 lumens. Back down to 15. Turbo. 2500. Look at that. Wow. That is impressive. I love that little flashlight. All right, so as you saw, really good output. The candela I figured out is on turbo is 20,720, a good amount, especially for such a small light. Like, you're gonna have to get anything bigger, go up to something like this Well-Tool T2 TAC, you know, the cloud defensive lights, which are gonna be quite a bit larger. So more of a tactical style lights, these are too. So this has really good candela for its output as well. So everything checks all the boxes, right? I just can't find a negative to this light. It's 75 bucks. People might think that's expensive, but really for a good EDC light, it's not. All those other lights I showed you the Rivons, the other Nitecores, all around the same price. So the well tool is closer to $100 that I showed. So you're gonna spend a little bit closer to that to get something like this. I know, yeah, just can't think of anything bad about this. This is like exactly what I've always wanted Nitecore to make, and they made it, and they made it small. It's like 3 inches long, 3.5. Yeah, sorry, it's 4 inches long, 3.5 ounces. So think about carrying a pretty decent sized pocket knife. Here's the Kaiser Escort, or sorry, Drop Bear. Look at that. It's pretty much the same size, pretty much the same weight. It's what you're used to carrying in your pocket along with your, different flashlight. It's just flatter, so it's going to carry better. You can throw one of these deep carry pocket clips on there. Guys, this is it. Nitecore has won the perfect EDC flashlight award, in my opinion. Let me know what you think. I think these are awesome. I think they're going to be super popular. And, the only other competition I even see is the Olight Arc Field, but the Arc Field does not have the rear tactical style switch. So for me, that's an out. It has that little dial thing, which doesn't work for me. It might work for you, but if you're like me and want that option, then I don't see a better option on the market currently. All right, guys. That is my review of the Nitecore EDC23. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next video. Links down below. Do support the channel. Appreciate it.